In continuing our conversation about the underworld and the lords of the underworld, I wanted to talk about some of the specific places. And in this instance, we're going to talk about the River Styx. Now, the River Styx, or also the River of Hades, is one of the 5 rivers of the underworld that separated the realm from the living from the realm of the dead. And Styx was considered to be the main underworld river, and the other 4 were connected to it. It was also connected to the Fields of Asphodel, which was where the regular people went to reside. Also in Greek mythology, Styx not only was the river, but it was also personified as a deity, who was the goddess of the river and of the underworld. Her parents were the Titans Oceanus and Tethys, and we'll talk more about her connection to water. Now, the goddess herself was married to Pallas, and she gave birth to several important children, including Zealous, who was glory, Nike, who was victory, Kratos, who represented strength and dominion, and Baia, who represented violence. And like her father and her brothers, she was also a river herself, this case being the main one in the underworld. According to Hesiod, she was given 1/10 of her father's water, which all flowed underground and came to the surface to pour out of a very high rock. It is mentioned in Greek literature in a poem. The famous cold water trickles down from a high and beetling rock. Far underneath the wide path in the earth, a branch of Oceanus flows through the night out of the holy stream, and 1/10 of the river is allotted to her. With the exception of Hades, the boatman or the ferryman, and he's maybe one of the most well-known figures in the underworld. He himself is a daughter of Nyx, who was a goddess of night, and Cerberus, who was a goddess of darkness. And his position within this was to guide new residents to the underworld to their final destination. Now, oftentimes he was associated with Hermes, who was said to be a guide for taking people on their descent into the underworld. And to ensure that Charion would actually be there to convey the dead to their destination, the living members of their family would bury them with Charion's symbol. And that symbol was taken as ultimately payment that he collected at the end. Now, the ancient river was said to be poisonous and would dissolve any boat that was made out of anything other than horses or ass hooves. And the legend has it is that water from this river was used to poison the great general Alexander the Great.